Seattle, 1969. Boeing delivers the first 747. It's a masterpiece. It will dominate global aviation for 40 years. 3,000 miles away, in a French barn, 3 engineers sketch a radical idea: a twin-engine wide-body. Their company, Airbus, has never sold a single plane. Their first office is a farmhouse. Their first factory is a tent. This is the story of how that sketch became the biggest corporate rivalry in history, how 2 companies ended up controlling 99% of large airliner sales, and how their war gave us cheaper flights, better technology, and a global industry worth $3 trillion. This is Aero History. For 50 years, every commercial flight you've taken was either an Airbus or a Boeing. This wasn't inevitable. This was a corporate battle fought with blueprints, politics, and billions. Today, we witness how Europe's impossible dream became America's worst nightmare. The imbalance. The year is 1970. Boeing controls 80% of the global airliner market. Their products define aviation. The 707 started the jet age. The 727 is the best-selling jet in history. The 747 just entered service. They're not just a company, they're an American institution, backed by NASA, Pentagon, and Wall Street. Meanwhile, in Europe, the picture is bleak. The British have the disastrous Comet, the French have the niche Caravelle, the Germans have nothing. European airlines buy American, European taxpayers fund American jobs. Then, a group of French, German, and British ministers have a radical idea. What if we combined our efforts? What if we created a single European aerospace company? The reaction is laughter. One Boeing executive says they'll be building tractors, not airplanes. But on May 29, 1969, at the Paris Air Show, Airbus is born. Their first product, A300, a plane nobody wants. The gamble, Airbus A300, is everything Boeing isn't. It's a twin-engine wide body when everyone uses 3 or 4 engines. It's designed for efficiency, not range. It's built across 3 countries' wings in Britain, fuselage in Germany, final assembly in France. The logistics are insane. The politics are worse. For 5 years, Airbus sells 0 planes. Then, in 1974, they make Frank Borman an offer he can't refuse. The CEO of Eastern Airlines needs to replace his aging fleet. Airbus leases him for A300 for free for 6 months. No strings attached. Borman, an Apollo astronaut, is skeptical, but his pilots love it. It's quiet, efficient, and has something revolutionary: fly-by-wire technology. Computers, not cables, control the plane. Eastern buys 23 A300. Airbus has its first customer. Boeing stops laughing. The war begins. 1988, Airbus launches the A320. It's not just a new plane, it's a new philosophy. Full digital fly-by-wire side-stick controllers instead of yokes. It can't stall. It can't overstress. Pilots hate it until they fly it. Then they love it. Boeing is caught flat-footed. Their 737 is 20 years old. Their response, the 737 Next Generation. Not a new plan or redesign. The problem, the 737 sits low to the ground. New, efficient engines are bigger. Boeing's solution, mount them forward and flatten the bottom. It works, but it creates aerodynamic issues that will haunt them 30 years later. Meanwhile, Airbus is thinking bigger. They plan the A330 and A340, a family of planes sharing components. One design, multiple variants. Boeing is building planes, Airbus is building a system. The trade wars. The 1990s get ugly. Boeing accuses Airbus of illegal subsidies. Airbus accuses Boeing of Pentagon handouts. The dispute goes to the World Trade Organization. The numbers are staggering. Europe gave Airbus $22 billion in launch aid. America gave Boeing $23 billion in tax breaks and military contracts. But the real battle is in Asia. Growing airlines like Singapore and Emirates don't care about politics. They want the best deal. Airbus offers custom configurations. Boeing offers proven reliability. Both offer financing neither can afford. The result, a duopoly emerges. McDonnell Douglas is bought by Boeing. Lockheed exits commercial aviation. Russia's aviation industry collapses. By 2000, Airbus and Boeing split the market 50/50. The unthinkable has happened. Europe has caught up. The supersized mistake, 2005 Airbus, launches the A380. It's the world's largest passenger plane. It costs $25 billion to develop. It's a masterpiece of engineering and a disaster of timing. Airbus bets on hub and spoke, big planes between big airports. Boeing bets on point-to-point, smaller planes flying direct. They launch the 787 Dreamliner. The A380 sells 251 planes. The 787 sells 1,600. Airbus loses $25 billion. Boeing creates the most successful wide-body in history. But the 787 has its own crisis. Battery fires ground a fleet. Both companies learn the same lesson. Innovation is expensive, and failure is public. The current crisis today, the rivalry, has turned upside down. Boeing's 737 MAX crisis kills 346 people. Their culture is exposed, cost-cutting over safety. Airbus's A320neo family dominates single-aisle sales. For the first time, Airbus delivers more planes than Boeing, but the competition has changed. They're not fighting each other, they're fighting their past decisions. Boeing's 737 design is 55 years old. Airbus's A320 design is 35 years old. Both are updating old planes instead of building new ones. The innovation war has become an efficiency war. A legacy. What did this 50-year war actually give us? First, cheaper tickets. Competition drove prices down 60% in real terms. Second, safer planes. Each company copied the other's safety innovations. Third, technological leaps. Fly-by-wire composite materials, fuel efficiency, all accelerated by competition. But the duopoly created vulnerabilities. When the 737 MAX grounded, airlines had nowhere to turn. When COVID hit, both companies cut production simultaneously. The world depends on two companies from two continents. It's efficient, it's fragile. The Airbus versus Boeing story isn't about planes. It's about globalization. It's about how European cooperation challenged American dominance. It's about how competition drives innovation. And it's about how two companies fighting for 50 years ended up defining how every human being experiences the sky. Next time on Aero History, we examine the plane that broke Boeing, the full story of the 737 MAX crisis, from tragedy to redemption.